mushy. I just wanted to say, guys, if you find yourself in a position right now where life feels really hard and like you are searching for answers that don't seem to come, if you are in a position right now where you feel lonely, unseen, unheard, misunderstood by life, maybe even family, friends, I just want to say, hang on. Hang on there. No, I'm going to do it completely different because everybody always say it's going to get better, it's going to get better, it's going to get better. And I think that is absolutely a mindset that you should keep and which I always try to keep even when things get really, really heavy, because what else is there to do? Or what else mindset you should adapt? None of the other mindsets will help other than push you towards destruction, right? So you have to have some kind of faith and belief. And faith and belief is a large component of the ability to change your life for the better, right? So you have to have some sort of faith, some sort of hope. Without being completely delusional, but at the same time, sometimes you have to be delusional, right? You have to trust, like I said in one of my other episodes. I think it's the last one actually. Throne. How to get back to center, to remember who you are, and how to get through certain situations in your life is at certain moments to have faith in something bigger than us. That is why I said I don't always believe that we are getting tested. I think we test ourselves, first of all. But in the grand scheme, I believe that we are getting trained and shaped into having faith and believing in something that is way bigger than us. And to do that, you have to go through a process of fully surrendering. Fully surrendering. If you come to a point where you fully surrender because there's no other way to go, you know how powerful you get after that. Because it dissolves the illusion that you even have control over most things. The control and the free will that you have is very relative to, first of all, your level of awareness. And second of all, your ability to integrate that awareness. That are the most important factors. Free will is relative. And still, the people that are exposed to it in the broadest sense of the word, they don't have 100% free will. I don't believe that. I think a lot of things are designed to be what they are, and that our tasks are more so about finding the original coding, the original design. That's what I do. But I won't go too deep into that now. Surrender. If you find yourself in a place where everything feels too much, too heavy, unbearable, like it's never going to change, this is the training ground to have faith in something that you cannot see with the naked eye. But if you go inwards enough, you will be able to feel it. That is the anchor within the self that needs to be strengthened. That is the training ground to become undeniably anchored within the self, to find the way back to your soul, to your original coding, to who you really are. Outside of all of this, outside of the bubble, outside of the conditioning, outside of the beliefs, false beliefs, outside of everything that has been projected onto you throughout your whole life. You have to remember that the level of despair and hopelessness and suffering and pain that you feel holds the exact same potential to feel all of those things in the opposite direction. To feel and experience all of those things in the same extent in the opposite direction. That is the potential that you hold now. The deeper you go, the more potential you have to experience the high in the same extent as the depth that you have experienced. If anything, use that as your hope. Because that's facts. That are facts. That are mathematical, universal facts. So why would you opt out or give up or anything? Well, you didn't allow yourself, or you didn't give yourself the opportunity to experience the other side of it yet. That's the dumbest thing we can do. Come on now. So if you don't believe in anything, believe in that, because it's facts. Hold on to that, because sometimes the only thing you need is a little bit of perspective to just get through the mud. To get through the mud, because when you are in the middle of the mud, if you are in the mud for too long, you can get this tendency of thinking, okay, I'm just stay here. I'm not going to even try to get out of it anymore, right? But we cannot do that. We cannot do that. We cannot do that. It is mathematical. It is highly intelligent. Life is highly intelligent. You don't live. Life is moving through you. And if you just let it move enough, even when it hurts, even if it gets you, pushes you through the darkest places you have ever been, you have to believe that there is another side, because there is another side. There's 100% another side. And you just have to hang on long enough to expose yourself to the possibility of experiencing that other side. Because if it's there or not, that's not a question. You just have to hang on. Stay alive long enough, and everything will come to you. Stay alive long enough, and the things you want will find you. Sometimes you have to get stripped down, because often the things you think you want are not the things you really want. And you just have to believe in that. That is the crux of life. There's no proof. There's no nothing. Only faith. faith in the self to begin with, that you can handle absolutely everything that gets thrown your way. You welcome the energy, welcome all the energy as a sharpening of your discernment, as a sharpening of your being, of the connection with your soul, your essence. Life moves in cycles. Destruction, peeling back the layers, it's all needed to create space for new things. Life is all about cycles. We have to learn how to move with these cycles more. The better we learn to move through the cycles, the more ease we will experience going through each of them. And the more we can get the most out of each cycle, because each cycle has a very important place. Even if they don't always feel good, they are necessary to give life to the next, to clean things out, to make space for new things. Things get easier when you ask yourself the right questions in every cycle, so you can integrate in the right way and everything starts to feel more like flow instead of fighting against the self. Everything has this inward and outwards movement. It is consistently, and it's the inward movement where we often experience a lot of challenges with. Because it's dark, it's silent, it asks for a lot of introspection, honesty, self-honesty. But if you don't move with that inwards movement and go against it, then you miss the exact thing that it tries to do. It tries to clean out things, old energy. It is a release. If you don't release, you start to hoard inside of you. It starts to rot inside of you. That is the thing. It is the resistance to life. You don't live. Life lives through you. And it does its thing, if you agree with it or not. Everything moves through you. You just have to put yourself in a position where you can welcome in, receive, and move with it instead of against it. It is the resistance. The you thinking that you know better that creates the suffering. And I know it's hard. It's hard. To be clear, we still have to deal with these moments of complete despair, right? Darkness, that we don't know what is happening, that we don't have the answers. We still have to deal with those things. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. How do we move through those phases? Because I feel that those areas of life, they are not highlighted enough. Well, they are necessary parts of life that need to be discussed so that people know, okay, I'm not crazy. It's just that I have to learn how to move through those things and how to deal with certain things in my life. There are like a lot of components: emotional intelligence, trauma, old patterns, things that you have to clean out, tools that you have to be aware of, integration skills that you have to learn. There are a lot of moving components when it comes to this. That's why I've created the 5 gates. It's about moving through all those aspects and being able to carry yourself with grace. You are not crazy. Life is crazy. Life is crazy. But that doesn't mean that we shouldn't learn how to deal with this crazy ass place, ghetto ass planet. But I'm going to leave it at this. Let me know if you want anything specific when it comes to these type of things. Because I feel it's extremely important. How do we do it? How do we do it? You only have those people screaming from the top, like, God, get off your lazy ass. It's not that simple. There's a lot of people that are extremely damaged, suffering, feeling lost. And it's not that weird. If you only have a little bit of empathy, and a little bit of sensitivity, and a little bit of morals, going absolutely crazy is the most normal response that you can have when it comes to a world like this, the world where we live in. It's not normal. Nothing is normal at this point. So, carry yourself with grace. But also, keep asking the right questions. Because you have it in you, you have it in you, you have it in you to find the right tools, to gain awareness, and to integrate that awareness so you can deal with this crazy ass planet in the best way possible. Because it's not only crazy, it's also beautiful. Sometimes we have to move through a couple of things before we are able to invite that beauty in, to experience contrast, the other side, the light. That is what you deserve, okay? So if anything, leave it in the comments. I will also make that video that was requested about energy vampires. Interesting. But I will make that video, I didn't forget. And I see you next time.